Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 32 of Direwolf20's Stoneblock series. Today, I'm going to look at expanding, I haven't really mapped out how this base is supposed to look. It's grown organically as kind of all my bases ever have, which is probably a bad thing, right? It's probably a bad thing, but that's okay. Let's see, you probably are the same settings that I used last episode, right? Yeah, you are. Good job, you. Nice. I would like another feral doohickey. Can I just get a stack of you? Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad to get. So I can leave one in there and then have the rest. Last episode we talked about power flowers, and that's what we're going to play with a little bit today and see if we can't get a decent amount of EMC generation going with power flowers. So in this room, we're producing copious amounts of Neutronium. We've actually almost got 3 blocks of this stuff, which is pretty large amount of Neutronium if you consider the recipes, right? Like Neutronium blocks, we've almost got a few of them. So you need 9 Neutronium ingots, which needs 9 Neutronium nuggets, which needs 9 Neutronium neutrons per nugget. So that's a lot of Neutronium going on. So I'm excited about that because it means we're going to start getting more and more of that stuff. Today, I want to look at doing the power flower from Project E because it's been about 1 billion years, maybe not that long, but pretty close to 1 billion years since I've had the opportunity to make one. So we're going to make one here. We're going to see how it works out based on the size of this area. I haven't exactly mapped out how this is supposed to look, but I'm looking forward to trying it, right? So this should make a healthy amount of EMC, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I think we do this, right? And then what do? We put these dudes on top of these, right? With the condenser in the middle. Now, if we were to target, I don't know, dark matter. Let's just say dark matter is going to be our target. He should start basically making dark matter for us in a relatively large amount. And then we can do something like this. Whoa, boy, that was fast. Ha! Right? And that is not a bad power flower design. Not too shabby, right? Now here's the real trick is we can do that to really ramp up production, courtesy of the Watch of Flowing Time, which just speeds things up. It just speeds up the ticks in an area. So that could be a pretty healthy amount of power flower production. So what's the range here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. It's a little bit larger than I might want to have. Now, by the way, if these weren't Mark IIIs, you would want to put glowstone on top of them. But I think because they are Mark IIIs, they don't necessarily need glowstone. They have that full bar, it seems, because glowstone being a nuisance. I don't think we need to put that there, right? I wish there was a thing here that told you what the EMC values look like. Though there is that little line there. I don't know if that makes a difference. Is that line there now? It is. I don't know if that makes a difference. I don't know if it's really, if you need to have. But hey, look, we've already gotten a piece of dark matter. So what was that, like under a minute and we're producing dark matter? That's without a watch. That's without a watch, y'all. Now here's another thing, right? Technically speaking, we could probably, if we really wanted this thing to be perfect, grab another antimatter relay and throw it here. Now, your first question should be, but Dyer, how are you going to access the dark matter? And that is a very valid question. But don't worry. So back in the day, when EMC was very popular, right? When Equivalent Exchange 2 was around, and this was like 1.25. Is that really the last time? Maybe like in 1.4, and I forget when Equivalent Exchange kind of fell out of popularity. We didn't have things that allowed access to other blocks remotely, but we do now, right? We've got actually additions, and we've got phantom faces, right? So that might be an approach, right? So we could do a phantom face, right? We will just need a block of ender pearls, no problem. We're going to need advanced coils, no problem. And then we're going to need empowered diamantine, right? Which will just need a diamantine block, 2 clay, and light blue pigment. So we'll get, you know, a couple of you, a couple of blocks of diamond, a couple clay, a couple more clay. And that should be cool for empowered diamantine, if I am not mistaken. So I should be able to put you here, here, and here. Cool? And I assume that you can... Oh yeah, look at all the particle effects. Tells me it's working. Nice. All right, cool. Bing, bing. Not you. You, and you. Particle effects, go! This series has suddenly become Dyer is really impatient about everything and needs to accelerate every crafting process that he does. Now, to be fair, right, Phantom Face, cool, good to go. Phantom Connector, also cool, good to go. Right? And then some kind of chest with you. And, I mean, I guess we could just do... It doesn't really matter for servo. Let's just do this guy. Right? So if we came over to here, and what I'm going to do... So you've already made 2 dark matter. That's without speed upgrades, right? No speeding up of things, right? I should be able to connect you to here, right? And then maybe one of these, this, block stored, connected to energy doohickey, right? Then you, then you, then you. Ignored. Ta-da! Dark matter. So that's probably like even more efficient than some of the power flowers that you could have made back in the day, right? So that setup looks pretty good to me because you've basically got 6 antimatter relays, 1 on each side of the condenser. Now, so that leads me to another question. What if, I don't know if this would work, but what if I put antimatter relays around a phantom face under the same condenser? That really doesn't really get you anything, though. The only thing that really would realistically get you is not having to make another condenser, because we'd still have to make more energy collectors and antimatter relays. The condensers in that recipe are not particularly crazy, right? In terms of resources. So let's do this. Hey, not too shabby, right? You actually did a pretty good job of producing stuff. Can I get, like, just... There you go. Thank you. That's pretty good. So I like that. So in a relatively short period of time, again, without speed upgrades, we wound up with a hefty amount of stuff. So let's do that again, but I'd like to do it in like an expandable way, right? So you're gonna sit there, you're gonna sit there with these guys all around you, right? And these guys do get full power, by the way. Normally you don't want blocks on top of them, but antimatter relays, I think, emit light to the point where it's, like, bright enough. Not too shabby, right? Now, if I wanted another set of this here, right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, right? So I'd need, I think I need to Okay, so that's good to know. I might need to expand this area 1. So let's do that, and then we can have, like, some spacing here. Luckily, Vein Miner makes changing this up pretty easy. Hey, Destruction Gadget, do me a favor. Expand this wall a depth of 1. Perfect. And you? Thank you. Nice. So that'll give me a little bit more room within to work. And now we can have you basically sitting here, here, with the condenser. Because I'd like to have a few of these in this room. And if I did that, it would be like a pretty healthy bit of EMC production. That might just be fun. And working this out to the point where it's like super efficient would be a good time for me, right? So you would kind of map all around here. Cool. Right? Now, in theory, here's another question, right? So that is 11 from here to here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why don't we do this? We can get 4 of these in here in like a 2x2 kind of pattern if I bump this wall out 2 more levels deep. So let's do that. So a depth of 1, and we'll probably want to bump the left and right out. Cool. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot, actually. So then what we'd wind up with, let's get more stone, right? Do I have a... we'll just do this. So you sit there, there, there. Right. Cool. And then we would have a similar pattern starting, you know, here. Right? So that would be collector, antimatter, chest, antimatter, collector. And then there's one space in between them. That should work, right? I like that idea. All right. So what I'm thinking we would do is maybe link the phantom face here. So you would get your dark matter, right? And you're going to start producing that stuff. And then we can link you to this. We can put this guy here. We can put this guy here, right? And then maybe right in the center of the room is where we'll have the chest, where I'm probably going to want a retriever after all now. Is this the center of the room? Looks like it, right? That should be cool. All right, and then you can be retriever. All right, not too shabby. So over time, we should wind up producing dark matter. In theory. And turning it on helped prove that out. The fact that dark matter showed up in there is good, right? So ultimately, we needed, what was it? 17 of those dudes. So I'd like to maybe have this room full of 4 sets of these. So let's set that up if we can, right? And it should not be too bad. So we have some diamond blocks that we could throw at this, right? Cool. So I think it was 6 of those, right? And 18 of these. I think that's the number that we need, and an energy condenser. And we're going to need more of this, and more of this, and another chest. Whoops. Now we have chests. Okay? Okay. Cool. So that should be what's needed. Now the only problem here is that we probably won't be able to be perfect here, but we'll figure it out. In terms of the watch doesn't have a large enough area to cover the whole thing, so we may need to figure out how the watch is going to work into this, but that's okay. We'll get that going. So there's your energy condenser with a piece of dark matter that we'll get in a moment here. There you go. Right, so you can get your dark matter piece. You start collecting the EMC from your adjacent blocks. You get 1, 2, 3, 4. And this room looks pretty good to me. Right, and then what we'll want is this dude phantom connected from here to here. Right? So that as you wind up producing stuff, cool. What we should see happening in a moment is the retriever pulls the dark matter out. Boom, and that happened. Nice. Cool. And then we'll mirror that setup over there. Now with regards to a dark matter pedestal, right, we tested this out here, right? He has a decent range. It's basically a 9x9 with a watch of flowing time on him. Right? So if I wanted him to reach out, so like if I put him here, right, he would go 1, 2, 3, 4. So he'd cover pretty much all but one of the energy collectors. So that's probably not terrible, right? It's probably not terrible. That ain't bad. Right? Because he should be speeding up this thing's production of EMC. You know? Right? Am I right about that? I believe I'm correct about that. So he should cover all except this collector and this collector, which is okay, in my opinion. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So now we double this up. Right, so we can throw our dark matter at this guy. That 10 dark matter, it doesn't seem like a lot. It's not a huge amount. Again, I could spam chickens. I totally could. Right? I'm using, you know, diamond blocks from chickens, to be fair, right now, to set up this room. But I think this room is going to be cool, so I'm going to keep doing it. So we're going to want 2 more phantom faces, right? Because I want this room to be fully set up. Right, so 2 more phantom faces. Wow, that is a lot of energy collectors. So we needed 18 and 18, right? And then we need a dozen of you. And then we need the energy condenser, right? And while we're at it, let's get another dark matter pedestal and another watch, which we are super short on, just barely. There we go. So then the final setup for this guy will be here and here, right? Here. No. YouTube blindness today at 11. Do. Yeah, I like this design because I think it looks cool and it's functional and it does what we want it to do ultimately, right? So you're going to wind up going here with your phantom connector saying, hey, connect this dude to this dude. Your job will be to make dark matter as well, which we've already gotten 30 of since we were doing this. That is cool, right? Antimatter relay, collector, right? And that looks good to me. All we really need is, let's put you guys. Cool. And now you're going to pull out of there. And that looks good. Wow, look at that. Look at that dark matter production. That's shenanigans, guys. Shenanigans. Cool. Where is my other... Did I only get one condenser? I could believe that. Condensers are a little bit more expensive. How much are condensers? 2.45. There you are, buddy. So you. And before we put this down, we have to map the thing. And the extras here must be for 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do I have an extra one here? Am I missing something? I am. I'm missing that one. Okay. So I knew I mapped that out correctly. So then you go there. Connect, right? You... Oh, right. We have to do the dark matter thing. Don't want to forget that part. Wow. Not too shabby, right? And then let's get our watch going here, right? So watch of flowing time on the pedestal. Cool. And you should be producing dark matter pretty quickly with that watch going. As a reminder, watch of flowing time is a bad thing to use on servers. So if you're hosting a server with this mod pack, you totally want the watch of flowing time to be disabled, because it really does have an impact on the server tick rate. But with that cooking now, we should be able to see like 1, 2, 1, 2. Like that's pretty good, right? You guys are both working, right? I just want to validate. Yeah, he's doing a great job. Not too shabby. Cool. I like that. I think that's like a decent EMC production line, right? So that's kind of cool. And it looks good, right? Doesn't it look good? I'm proud of how good it looks. Dyer trying to be a little aesthetic, right? A little bit. A little bit. Not terrible looking. And if I really wanted to go crazy, I could pull them into an energy condenser that's like targeting dark matter or red matter blocks or whatever we wanted, right? Like we could easily just target red matter blocks instead of dark matter, and that would just be, I mean, it's the same amount of EMC we would get at the end of the day, but it works. Note that you can put like multiple pedestals with multiple watches in there, and they would, you know, accelerate each other, and things would go even more quickly. Like I could probably stand here and just do this, and that might speed things up even more, but that's probably like really bad on tick rate, right? You probably don't want to do that. So I'm trying to limit it. I think that looks cool. I think it looks good. I'm proud of this room. I think it looks great. All right, so that is that room, and that's getting us lots of EMC. I don't know how much per second. Oh, Evolved Enderman with a silly head. I don't know how much per second EMC we're talking about, but it should be pretty good. I mean, we've already gotten like, you know, a few million EMC in just a few, like under a minute here. So that's a neat way of going about things. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So neutron collector we got, right? Neutron compressor, that's the shenanigans level of things. So we need one block, and then we need, I think we might have enough to make one of these, I think. All right, so let's teach you how to make hoppers. Give me a stack. Thanks, buddy. So for Neutronium compressors, right, we're going to need hoppers, we're going to need blocks of iron and redstone, and crystal matrix ingots, which, you know, we should be able to craft like a stack of you, right? Cool. Blocks of iron, I believe. I don't know how many of these crystal matrix ingot dudes we need, but I'm gonna get a bunch. Iron, redstone, right? And then the other main one, really that's it. unless I'm missing something. And Neutronium, obviously. So let's just get, hey, we've got 39 Neutronium nuggets. Sweet. And we should be able to turn those into 1 block. And that's looking good. And now we can make our very first Neutronium compressor, which I have yet to ever use in any mod playthrough ever. So I don't know how these blocks work too much, but we'll figure it out. And when I say I've never used it, I mean as of the moment of this recording. It just so happens that I'm doing similar things in the 2 mod packs I'm playing right now, Modern Skyblock and Project E. So as of the moment of recording, I've never done this, but based on the way my recordings plan out, maybe I looked at this in Modern Skyblock already, but I don't think I did. Based on where I'm at, I'm going to suspect that I haven't. But, you never know. We'll find out. So, hey, Neutronium compressors, right? So, basically, how does this work? Do I just throw iron blocks into here? Oh, hello. Sweet. Well, that's cool. I like the little look there. So I need only 12,000 more. 12,200, right? Let's do a little bit of quick calculations here. 12,200 divided by 64 equals 190 stacks. 191 if you want to round up. Stacks of iron blocks. Right now, iron blocks, we've got 2,200, roughly. 2,268 blocks of iron. And we need 12,000. So we're well on our way. I do want to point out, unless something's changed in the last couple episodes, but last time I looked at this, this was pretty safe to say. We have not reached a point where we are voiding any of these blocks yet. So you can see how my iron ingots are rising. If you look at the tooltip on the top, like it's 5, it's 6, and then it's going to be 7. Even quartz, which I had the most of recently, I think we're still producing quartz. Yeah, there we go, +1. It went to 2 and 3 and 0. Cool. So lots of nether quartz is happening. So we are not voiding blocks yet here. I only have 1 storage upgrade, but it's 32 times, right, the base storage amount. So with one of these upgrades in there, I think we'll be able to hold lots of resources, right? Not a big deal. So we're not voiding anything yet. We might be voiding eggs, but that's okay. I'll void eggs. I'm not worried about eggs. They don't have a lot of EMC, do they? No, 32, right? So I'm happy voiding eggs. So what I'm thinking is, how do we want to go about the next phase of this? So we're producing lots of EMC now. Wow, 2.5 stacks of dark matter already. That is ridiculous. The watches is what makes it. The watches is really what it does. Watches are crazy. I should really just be, challenging myself not to use the watch of flowing time, because that's the thing that really makes stuff crazy. But then again, gating progress in a mod with time, it takes time. So either make more blocks of that thing or spend, just let it run overnight or something. That's my response to gating with time, right? It's a little bit boring. It's one way to do it. It's absolutely an approach you can take, but you want to be a little bit careful with it. So let's get a max tier Klein star. How's that sound? I think that's probably a good idea now. I should be able to pull that off. Shouldn't be too bad with the EMC that I've got coming in now. Okay. So that's the sphere. And then the top tier is the Omega, right? Klein star Omega. What's up? Boom. Was that a quest? It should be a quest. Project E? It is Klein star Omega complete. Hooray! Claim reward. Hey, an Invar hammer. It's all good. It's all good. I'm cool with that quest reward. The Tome of Knowledge is a thing we can craft. What is involved in making that? Oh, transmutation tablet. That is funny. With a chaotic core and an Endless tablet. So the good news is the transmutation tablet does have an EMC value. So once we have one, we can make another. That's 2 characters. That's hilarious. All right, cool. Not a big deal. But remember that we have a long way to go. right, before we get to transmutation tablet. Right? Most of this other stuff, not bad, right? Like, we're probably the outer edge of this thing, and the inner edge is good, right? It's Ender Star is not bad. Gaia Guardian Spirits and Infinity Ingots. That's really the ramp up that we need to worry about. Because Infinity Ingots just need a lot of these Infinity Catalysts, which... So, like, here's the deal, right? The tablet needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Infinity Ingots. And an Infinity Ingot needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need 88 Infinity Catalysts, right? To make an Infinity Catalyst is one of each Singularity type. So even getting one of each Singularity type will not be even close to what we need to do, right? Because whatever 88 times 12,200 is, that's how many blocks of iron we're going to need, and blocks of everything else. But the good news is that Infinity Catalysts do have an EMC value. The EMC value is 3.4 billion, right? So we'll need 88 Infinity Catalysts. So we'll basically need, 88 times 3 EMC. Anyway, we'll probably be ramping up our EMC production. This is cool for now. What I like about this pack, though, what I'll say that I like about this pack for sure is how you do need to get a stupid amount of stuff, right? So as much as chickens are going to be considered OP at this stage, like they might be borderline required to get stuff going. So that's cool. Okay. We do have compact machines. Good. I probably want to play with those a little bit soon. Is that a recent addition to the pack, or am I remembering wrong? I thought that wasn't in the pack. But it is, so that's cool. EMC value for any of this stuff? Nah, it's alright, though. We can totally get a compact machine going. So what I could be doing is something like this, but in a compact machine. This probably would have been a good build to do in a compact machine, but that's cool. Anyway, we got to wrap up, though. So it's Starwell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time. Producing... more EMC. By the way, I can store the EMC that's in here. 28 million EMC. Boom. And put it back. Haha. Good times. Antimatter relays can charge this as well, by the way. So if I wanted to, I could throw this into an antimatter relay rather than anything else. But we're cool. We'll let it run. Next episode, we will probably ramp up EMC production further. Maybe get into compact machines. Maybe look at other ways to get lots of EMC. I haven't checked... down here. Enderman. Evil Enderman. I haven't checked on you in a while. Interesting. I must be like right on the edge of power production and usage. We're using 2.5 thousand RF a tick. I'm not entirely sure on what. Are you guys running over here? Is that what's cooking? You all seem backstuffed on stuff, so I don't think you're running. Though I don't know why you... Okay, yeah. No, you're fine. Yeah. The electrolytic separator is running, so maybe that's why. I should probably let one of these mean a backstuffing, but how much RF a tick are you using? There you go, 2,500 RF a tick. So there's where all our power is going. Maybe I don't want you to dump excess. For now, right? And then this thing will fill up. And then he'll stop using power like a madman. Yay! Net gain. So I think what's been happening throughout the last couple episodes is like this chicken and the Eternalist fuel that it's producing is barely keeping up. Barely keeping up with stuff. Like basically what would happen is this would get low and then the chicken would drop an Eternalist fuel in there and it would fill it up a whole bunch. That's probably what's been happening because that's a huge amount of RF we've been wasting. But frankly, it's not a big deal. All right. Really got to wrap up now. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.